Hello from Brickworld Chicago. Right now I'm in the hotel lobby with some special friends and we are filming a vlog, so stay tuned. I do want to address that at the end of the video, and this will probably be an hour and 30-minute long video, I will be revealing some of the drama that happened. So if you want to listen to the drama that happened in the aftermath of Chicago 23, make sure to stay around till the end of the video. Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to Brickworld Chicago 2023 and I am going to be building 100 Lego minifigures based on the Mayo Hosko sig fig. Stay tuned! And when I go to edit this on iMovie, a lot of this stuff Oh my god, there's 100 of these figures! So, there you go. I have just built 100 Lego minifigures. These are based on my sig fig and I will line them up right now. $100 Lego minifigures all lined up in a row. Where did all the other ones go? The other of my sig figs have already been traded with other people in the Lego community. And of course, this one is mine. One of the perks you can get when you pledge to me on Patreon is eventually you will get one of my sig figs for free. I host giveaways on my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel, and if you are active over there you can buy tickets to enter giveaways, and sometimes I give away my sig fig. My sig fig is very simple in construction. It has the plain blue pants that are very common, the red baseball cap, the old style, the classic smiley face head, which was originally discontinued in 2016, but I think has been brought back again, and the very rare airport worker torso that was sold from 1986 to, I believe, 1996. I believe in the late 90s they actually changed the design of the airport worker torso. I have a tutorial on my channel that you can go back and watch, and returning subscribers, that is what you see when you come back to the Mayo Hosko channel. I built these things on a live stream over on Twitch, so I'm not sure when I'll upload this video, but if you go and follow me on Twitch, you might still see that available for video on demand. I will be taking these to Brickworld Chicago and I will be trading them with people. There are some people who have already won giveaways on the Mayo Hosko channel that I will be giving them to. There are some excellent podcasters out there that I want to gift some sig figs to, and there are some other veterans and elder statesmen in the LEGO community that I would like to gift one of my sig figs to. It took me about 6 minutes to put all of these together, and about another 2 minutes for me to put them on to these base plates. For whatever, one of the Bricklink sellers gave me a bag of these extra white arms right here. I'm not sure why they did that. I will quickly cut out one of these Mayo Hosko stickers that I will stick onto the back of every one of these sig figs, but for the purpose of this video, I will just do it with one. Gotta come off and get this sticker off. There's what my sig fig looks with the Mayo Hosko lettering on the back. When I get to Brickworld Chicago, what I will have to do is cut out all of these stickers and stick them to the back of these sig figs. I think there might be more than 100 stickers I printed out onto this sheet of shipping labels, but that'll come in handy for when I build more Mayo Hosko sig figs in the future. Hello from Brickworld Chicago. Right now I'm in the hotel lobby with some special friends and we are filming a vlog, so stay tuned. So still in the hotel, we're gonna go to Culver's for dinner, but Macro Bricks made sure to bring me a Mayo Hosko a jacket or jumper with my logo on it, because if any of you guys didn't realize, it was actually Mark who designed this logo for me, which you can see on my channel, and back there is Panda. Chef T is also over there, and I bought a Macro Bricks logo t-shirt almost a year ago now, and that was with Teespring instead of Vistaprint. So he hooked me up with one of his new ones designed by Vistaprint. How awesome is that? Definitely go subscribe to the Macro Bricks channel and tell him that he's an amazing LEGO YouTuber. So I've already filmed a bunch of footage at the Toys R Us Macy's and some other places that will be later on in this vlog, but today is the Tuesday before the public day starts for Brickworld Chicago. And on about 2 hours ago at the time of this filming, Pandemonious Panda, Macro Bricks, T-Mog 217, Titanium J and Brick Hive checked in, There are some other people that also checked in, and I've already been to the Lego store, which is why I have this. We'll be going back to the Lego store, and I'll be filming some more footage from the Lego store for the items inside there. But they had the new Ninjago figures on the Build a Minifigure Tower. So some people were asking me about that on one of Clicking Cliff's live streams. So anyone that's already come to Brickworld Chicago, you'll have the chance to get that. And I jumped everyone to get one of the Unicorn Crusader Knights from the Build a Minifigure Tower. So yeah, there's that. And what I'll try to do right now is, since we are focusing on this bag, is I will try throw up some footage of what I filmed in the Lego store. So I'm at the Lego store right now, and if you ever come across the 1x6x5 trans clear wall panels and the 5x6 leaf pieces, what you can do is, to save space, you can fit these things inside of the panel, and then you maximize more space. And if you make sure to do it on the reverse side, then you can try fit some small pieces in there. They have some of the 3-leaf plant elements over there somewhere that I'm going to try to squeeze in between these, because I came here for sand green, but some of those people already cleaned out the sand green. But this is even better. It's a little bit cold outside in the western suburbs of Chicago, so I thought I'd put on my hoodie right now. And for those who don't know why I am wearing my 2015-2016 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champions cap, is because T-Mog217 over there actually works in the stadium where the Calgary Flames play. So I wanted to rub it into an opposition hockey team fan. This is day 2 at Brickworld Chicago, and this time I am wearing my Denver Broncos cap because guess who checked in yesterday? Fick and Bricks! Right here, say hey to the camera, Fick. Hey, Fick. Because for those who don't know, Fick and Bricks is a Buffalo Bills fan. That's true. And Shy Time is my time checked in earlier today, and he is a Los Angeles Rams fan. So me and the boys hanging out at the hotel lobby before we go to Bricks and Minifigures later today. Also, a BFAB checked in earlier this morning. For everyone who watches the Hauling and Balling podcast, not only is Fick and Bricks here, but also Jessica is here as well. So we're all having fun here at Brickworld Chicago. He hooked me up.
I did.
For everyone. No. So we have just come out of the car. We're about to head into Bricks and Minifigs. Titanium J, Pandemonious Panda, T-Mog217, Brick Hive, BFAB, and Macro. Let's just say he's attending to other business right now before we enter the store of Bricks and Minifigs. So inside Bricks and Minifigures, this is the kind of stuff I'm interested in. It's the vintage Lego, because as all of my subscribers know, I am a fan of old Lego, #AFOOL, and they have these 2 shelves filled with vintage Lego, and I'm thinking I might bite the bullet on some of these. They got some more vintage Lego sets nestled in with these sets down here. It's a mix of different ages, and there are some City, there's some Duplo, there's some Marvel, there's some Star Wars. But all of these sets that have system on the instructions, they're up my alley. And I don't think I own any of these vintage vehicles. I may or may not bite the bullet on some of these vintage sets right here. particularly because they're cheap at $5 per piece. They got more vintage Lego on the shelves there. That's the cottage home from 1980 or 1981, the coastal rescue base from 1989, the big rig truck stop from 1988, the Forestman's river crossing from the Forestman 1990, the original Harry Potter Hogwarts Express from 2001, some of the Hydronauts and Stingrays versions of the Aquazone. Got some that's from the late 90s. Spaceport from the late 90s. There's an Aquazone Aqua Sharks from the mid 90s. So it's nice that they've got and they've also got the Gold City Junction from the Wild West theme from the mid 90s as well. And I'm pretty sure some of these Duplo sets are from the mid-2000s. And the Dino Attack, not necessarily vintage, but you don't see the Dino Attack often. That was from 2005. And that one has the box, which is why it's expensive. So definitely a lot of vintage stuff here. And it's all spread throughout this store. Because as a fan of old Lego, it's the vintage stuff that I gravitate towards too. And most of the stuff in Bricks and Minifigures is new, so it's the vintage stuff that I care about. And I do have this really cool city, and they have all different age ranges of the base plates. This one particular, the fourth generation road base plates, is probably the rarest variety. And this base plate in this park scene of this city is from some of the house sets all throughout the 80s and the 90s. I believe this particular one was from the Emergency Treatment Centre from 1987. That 16 by 16 base plate with that specific printing is probably from the City Centre Town Junior sets in the late 90s. And that island base plate right there in this back alley scene behind some of the modulars, I believe that's from the original Year of Pirates in 1989. But if anyone can tell me what is wrong with that curved road base plate down there, let me know what is wrong with that base plate down in the comments. And the first one to correctly tell me what is wrong with that curved road base plate, I will pin that comment to the top. Do a pan around of the city. That's a nice billboard. You can see my reflection in the glass. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs in this city. These shelves are nothing but base plates. These raised base plates are pretty expensive. This raised base plate was from the Neptune Discovery Lab in Aquazone 1995. That's 30 US bucks. But this one down here, because it's a green version, it's from some of the castle sets. I believe most notably the Dark Forest Fortress from 1996. 80 bucks. Damn, that's expensive. But they've also got a bunch of the third generation road base plates. The ones with the green on them. They've got a couple. No, so they've got a few of the first generation road base plates, which is cool. There's the pit lane road base plates that you've seen in my mock mod of the Victory Lap Raceway within Mayo City. If anyone hasn't seen that video, there should be a video about that in my mock playlist, and it's featured prominently throughout various Mayo City updates. So if anyone's interested in my mocks and my Lego City, there are playlists on the Mayo Hosko channel where you can find that. But the most interesting for me is this is the first time I've ever seen a store selling the river base plate from the Rocky River Retreat. That was a town set from 1994. And also the 16 by 16 small island base plate from, I believe this dates back to the first year of Pirates in 1989. Can't remember exactly, but I know there were some pirate sets in the early 90s that included this small island base plate as well. And if anyone's seen my Mayo City updates, you know I already have plenty of these one-way road 16 by 16 base plates from the late 90s. I'm pretty sure this raised base plate is from the main shuttle launch from the Spirius space theme from the mid-90s. If I'm wrong about that, please correct me down below. They also sell, I haven't seen these before. I didn't even know these existed. The Light 10 8x32 base plates. I believe those were sold only in the Wild West sets. I already have plenty of the Light 10 8x16s, but these 16 by 32 Light 10 base plates were sold in both the Wild West and the SpongeBob sets, because I believe the Krusty Krab set, the 2006 version, was on this base plate. And everyone knows in Mayo City I already own plenty of the old green and the bright green 16 by 32 base plates. They've also got an old light grey well wagon train base right here. I believe that's the old grey. That's a decent price. They've also got this blue version. This is a little bit cheaper because this has been seen in a few of the freight train sets from the past decade. They've also got some Duplo base plates down there, and I'm pretty sure these are alternate brands over here. But yeah, nice to see some of the base plates, and there are some vintage boat holes underneath there. Just taking a quick glance of all of the bulk loose Lego they have that you can buy either the cup or weight. I'm not sure how they do it. Some of the obvious pieces that stand out to me is these 8x16 bricks that were included in the association football soccer sets from the early 2000s. There's one over there, and there are two over there. I already bought plenty of them from eBay a couple years ago, so I think I'm going to pass on all of the bulk Lego. But there's definitely some cool pieces in here for anyone coming to Bricks and Minifigures. Particularly if you're trying to work on mocks. There's a whole sleuth. I'd estimate there's probably 10,000 pieces in here right now. Very colourful. And these things give me a throwback to when Lego used to do service packs with different stuff. Bricks and Minifigures have pre-packaged some different foliage pieces into these little ballista packs and Ziploc bags. They've got foliage pieces, got vintage minifigures in ballista packs. There's one of the aeroplane, if I can get this out, you can barely make out. This is one of the airport workers that was the inspiration for my sig fig. And there have already been plenty of people who have traded sig figs with me who now own the Mayo Hosko sig fig that contains the aeroplane or airport worker torso. There's some divers underneath there. Believe there's an octane. No, there's no octane in there. I guess it's because of the $100 bill that the motorbike police officer is holding that confused me for the green legs. But yeah, they got some assorted stuff in here, and these weird dots things for some reason. RIP #.squad. And this is their party hall, but I'm already partying hard enough with all of my awesome friends from Brickworld Chicago. And these are their poly bags. I'm not a big poly bag collector, but something that just caught my eye. This friend's poly bag has the vibrant coral colored trash can. I collect this piece, so if I see this on sale at the Lego store, I might have to buy that. And wait, Titanium J, are you seeing any of the new Ninjago stuff anywhere?
Yeah, this is new-ish. This came out this year. And then this is very new. I actually found this early at a different store. It's the same price here though.
Yeah, because didn't you do the first? Well, weren't you one of the first people to review that?
I was the first person to review that anywhere on YouTube.
Yeah, and that's why that video has over 6,000 views right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you want to go and see, well, if you want to see somebody reviewing that new Ninjago polybag, definitely go subscribe to Titanium J. And I've got this whole basket of singular minifigs in these balls packaging. I'm definitely seeing a mixture of old and new, because I'm seeing some Jack Stone and some Harry Potter and some vintage town, some modern city. Yeah, surprisingly, there's a lot of Jack Stone in here. This is something you don't see every day. This is one of the old Duplo figures. I believe they call this the Duplo finger puppet figures. That's nice to see. There's a whole bunch of different stuff here. So some people might remember I grew up with the Blacktron 2 sets and the Ice Planet sets. So I saw that they had this Blacktron 2 set and I wanted it, particularly because it has 2 of the Blacktron astronauts. And I'm a city builder through and through, so that's why I decided to buy the Trauma Team. And I'm just about to pay for my purchases.
Did you find everything okay?
Yes.
Great.
You're almost there.
Lots of awesomeness right here. And they come with the instructions. Some of the other vintage Lego sets over there came with the boxes. There's BFAB.
You're at $64.80.
Yeah, let me just get you some more cash. Because I carry around a lot of cash on me. And for all of you at home wondering why I am paying with cash, is because I prefer to pay in cash with a lot of stuff, and the only reason I even decided to bring a travel card to Brickworld Chicago is because I would be paying for Ubers, and Ubers do not accept cash. So yeah, I'll just go get you some more coins. Just got back from Bricks and Minifigures with Macro Bricks, Titanium J, Macro Bricks, Brother from Another Brick, Pandemonious Panda, and I came away with the Trauma Team with the instructions, and one of these Blacktron 2 sets with the instructions. It's almost half an hour till the registration starts for Brickworld Chicago, so I'm going to go back down to the lobby. I've got some sig figs I'm going to trade with people, and I will be doing a live stream as I am in line to register for Brickworld Chicago. When I was at Brickworld Chicago, I found out that the Toys R Us in Macy's is a shell of its former self. just gotta... I had a very fun time at Brickworld Chicago 2023, as a lot of you guys know, and this is some of the more fun that I got up to. At Chicago, I finally got to go to a regular sized Walmart that wasn't the small ones on Hawaii. It's so fascinating seeing Lego being sold at the US price compared to the Australian. Always make sure to convert the currency when you're buying from an international version of the store. the Lego store at the local mall was about the same size as my local Lego store. I'm just gonna come out and say that the House of the World gift with purchases are a waste of money. Sadly, in this world, people do die, and we did have an unfortunate casualty before Brickworld Chicago, so let's pay our respects, everyone.
At this moment, I just want to take 10 seconds of silence for him. Thank you all. I met Carrie last year here at Brickworld, upstairs in the lobby. Me and him, we sat down and we spoke for an hour. Carrie is the example of how this Lego community should be, where we embrace each other, we uplift each other, and we joke with each other. I had the pleasure of being with him. If you look at the picture on the right side there, we were at another Lego convention, and me and him were representing Lego Masters at this convention. We went out to eat. Every time we had a chance, we sat and we talked about life. Didn't talk about Lego, talked about life. So the fact that he is now gone is a hole, is a void that may never be filled again. And I want to take the time to let you guys know, embrace those in this community, embrace those in your family, embrace everyone, because you don't know when they'll be around.
Sad times, sad times. At the foosball tournament, I found out how difficult it is to play with that Lego set. So I just found out that it is free to enter the foosball tournament, and I am going to enter my Mayo Hosko sig figs into the foosball tournament.
I should have bought 2 monkeys.
So that was like, no, I should have bought the Avatar. Let's go. Come on, Aaron. Dude, for a second I thought Jay was filming and playing at the same time. Come on, Jay. Come on, God, you have to come back. You got 2 more points, bro.
Yeah, you can. So I guess Texans.
Everyone wants an underdog. Everyone wants a bigger underdog. Nice point.
This is a really intense round 1 match between TJ.
Brett, next team, Tyler Hill.
Jago.
Sebastian. Tyler,
I don't
where's
even know
Tyler?
who to root for.
Tyler and Sebastian, over here.
I think tech with total team tech on this. I like that.
Oh, no.
I got one more.
You got one. The comeback is on.
Game point.
Yeah.
Ninjago's failing.
What do you mean? Is Tech team winning? Yes.
Ninjago is failing today.
The table I need something talking about to like level the goal out of it.
Go up! No!
Good game.
I'll send you the footage.
No, wait, no, you don't.
Oh my
Lego's best set, ladies and gentlemen.
Josh breaks stuff.
Yeah, I got it. This is gonna be. This happened to you? Yeah, give me a basketball. Take it on.
It's like watching paint dry.
My legs, I didn't feel like my legs were sore.
Well, somebody kick it.
Come on, go on. Dude.
Excuse me.
Yeah, from us. Dude, Tyler Sig things are OP. Except for Tyler. Yeah, except for me, man.
You dropped the hat. I was not even there, and I won the gun.
Let's go, Jamal.
Oh, hold on, stop.
Yeah, that piece has been coming off. Actually, take the ball. Take the ball.
Josh, okay. All right, Mr. Ripper.
It's only the better.
Jamal's winning 3 next race.
No. Defense, Jamal. 3-0, Jamal.
Come on.
The content creator was still in here. Aren't you?
No. We're too good.
Go!
Yes! Got one finally.
I should be. Fake football, right? This is that fake football. It's surreal.
It's association football. The second, hey Sean, the second worst of the footballs. Yes, because hey Sean, because American football is the second best of the footballs. Because my football is the best football.
This is like the longest, like this is going for like a minute now. I'm Hey, wait.
Seriously, right?
I don't
Yes!
I didn't say it.
Yep.
I didn't say
Hey, the foul again. This is like intense.
Like such different.
when we were stuck in that corner,
It's a tight
I was here. All right, Tyler.
I knew we had something going on, man. So.
I'm like jerking the whole table down.
It's hard to use these things. Oh, there you go. Ready?
I wish I would have made it to round 2 at least, you know. But
Ready?
Round 1. That was a tough game. You know, we went 1-1.
I keep pulling it. Yes! No.
Everyone else
Good game. Good game. Oh, we got Dunks.
Hey, don't rub it in, dog.
I gotta get everyone who has a tile. I gotta grab a picture. Maybe one's better than 3, but I had 3 of me there. No cigars.
All right.
Pretty much.
Oh no! There we go.
Is it going to be an own goal? No, he saved it.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
It's going to come down to the wire.
I swear, man, my legs are short.
Come on, Eric.
It's definitely not level. 28-3, New England Patriots. Let's go, Eric.
Come on, Eric.
It's the finals right now. Stud City, best. Put Tyler in goal. Switch him out. I saw that one. Good job.
It is win by 2 also.
That's fair.
Might not matter.
Bonner's going to hell.
We're not buying day one.
I got eliminated.
Okay, as far as for best team, also winning a set, but it is unbuilt, we apologize. We're giving it to Pink Batman's. That would be the Brick Adjuster. There you go, buddy. In a bag.
A little less cool, but
I'll explain it later. If you guys liked it, we'll see you if we're here next year. We'll do it again.
Unlike my Brickworld Chicago 2024 vlogs, I was having so much fun doing other stuff that I really didn't want to film anything because I just didn't have time to, and I was busy taking the rest of it in. But of course I was going to film the trains. despite my ability to film anything else, I did want to show some pictures of some of this cool stuff. They auctioned this off for charity. Brick Adjuster let me stow away my mock in his exhibit. Look at all those 2x4 red bricks. I got gifted all these poly bags. I'm still really happy with the Lego I bought at Bricks and Minifigs. I still have about 6 dozen sig figs to trade. I bought this brick brand Qantas plane when I got home. I went to Chicago with my auntie, so we actually went to this nice little tram museum. And we went on a river cruise throughout the river that goes through Chicago into Lake Michigan, and I sported some of my sports caps. After that, we went to the United Center, Soldier Field, and Wrigley Field, and Ryan Field, because I'm a sucker for sports. And this is some of Chicago's best. I'm also a train nerd, so we literally spent the whole day on Ubers going to different rail yards. let's get into that juicy drama I teased about an hour ago, shall we? So I've got some drama to tell y'all, and I know that around Brickworld Chicago, there is a lot of people who say it's a very elitist LEGO convention because it's very professionally run. The Brickworld franchise is probably the most synonymous with the LEGO community now. I think it has surpassed the Brick Fair franchise simply because of the new ownership, the way that the owner of Brickworld Chicago has turned it into the greatest LEGO convention in the world. Really, after the demise of Philly Brickfest, is commendable. I gotta give my round of applause, because what Brickworld Chicago has turned into is something greater than most of us would have expected 5 years ago, and people who have been going there for over 10 years would have expected with the new ownership. But the ownership is not the problematic thing. It's what the new ownership has fostered, which gets some people all up in arms. And I will say that when I went to Brickworld Chicago 2024, they had what was called the Influencer Alley. And the influencers is the main thing people complain about Chicago, is that it's become a hub of the LEGO influencers. And there are just some people in the LEGO community who are hell-bent on tearing down or smearing people into the community who are bigger than them, people who are more successful, people who have corporate deals, people who have big-time relationships, people who have networked with the LEGO group, people in LAN, and people who have done controversial things to get bigger on social media. And a lot of that has come back to bite some people in the asshole. Because I was told in a private call 1.5 years ago to when I'm recording this, that there was a big breakup in a particular friendship group of multiple podcasts because of conversations that were had at Brickworld Chicago. Now, I was sworn to secrecy not to leak specific information. Some of you guys probably know, but I'd say 90% of you don't. And so I'm still going to keep it secret, but I am going to admit that there were big-time podcasts that broke up and ceased airing because of conversations that egotistical people had at Brickworld Chicago. And that's because when you have tens of thousands of the regular public and almost 2,000 people in the LEGO community who pay for convention tickets, you get a lot of crossfires of people who are problematic, of people who are dramatic, of people who don't like each other crossing paths. You don't know whose YouTube channel or Twitch channel or Instagram page is going to blow up overnight. You don't know, because we're at the behest of the algorithm. And the amount of success people get has led some people to become rather egotistical. That stirred up a whole lot of shit at Brickworld Chicago, and still people remember that, and people will never let that go. And I would not want to have been in those rooms when that shit went down.